Hello, welcome to the maiden edition of the Whistleblower on GUTV. On the second part of your summons, sir, of December 9th, 2020, you also alleged in your document of three financial institutions, Stanbic, IBTC, Central Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, as well as MTN. Is the hearing also on the same day? And what are the substance to that?
Yes. On December 9, 2020, the second petition that was heard by the Committee on Public Petitions, House of Reps, was the petition I wrote against MTN, the Central Bank of Nigeria, Stanbic IBTC Bank, and Standard Chartered Bank. It has to do with depletion of our external reserve, the tune of 25.6 billion USD. This was achieved through issuances of fake or irregular certificates of capital importation, which of course emanates from the central bank. Now, during the December 9 hearing, it came to light that the CBN actually wrote a letter to MTN and the banks to pay $8 billion. And Sahara reporters reported this. And I called my good friend Showore to let him know that that bill of $8.1 billion is not it. That the actual bill premised by DSS report in my possession is actually 25.6 billion USD. And he was amazed to hear that figure. So during the December 9, 2020 hearing, MTN acquiesced to the receipt of such letter, and CBN acquiesced to writing such letter. Now, what I'm asking for is that MTN and its bankers show proof of payment of 25.6 billion USD, because the report is very detailed. We're talking about 90 pages. They cannot wiggle out of it. And if they don't, we should really go after them. We should be gung-ho about it. So a date has been fixed again. During that hearing, December 9, 2020, I was asked to furnish a copy of that DSS report to all parties.
All of them. It must be voluminous.
Yes, I sent to MTN, CBN, Stanbic, IBTC Bank, and Standard Chartered Bank. So they've had time to review it. The next hearing date, Thursday, February 25th, in 2 days, they are to now show cause why they shouldn't pay. It's pretty routine. Again, I call on all Nigerians to really be part of this. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. 25.6 billion USD is over 80% of our budget. To have a company, I don't mean to sound xenophobic, but this fact is clear, to have a foreign company come to Nigeria to engage in such shenanigans, a country that, as we speak, is trying his former president, Zuma, for what they claim to be state capture. And the money, the funds involved in the state capture inquiry is not even up to 10% of what we're talking about, what happened in Nigeria. A country that has unleashed and is still unleashing xenophobic attacks on Nigerians. I recall in 2007, I was in South Africa. We were hosted at the Nigerian High Commission in Pretoria. The former Minister of National Planning, Shamsuddin Usman, was there. I recall a chap from Zenith Bank in South Africa there stood up and spoke. He actually elicited the difficulties in doing business in South Africa. The Zenith Bank for years tried to open a branch in South Africa. They could not because of the stringent measures that they only have a desk in South Africa. But these guys come to our country. I mean, even the banks involved, Standard Chartered Bank is of South African origin. Stanbic IBTC Bank is of South African origin. MTN is of South African origin. And our people, because you really have to blame the Nigerians that collude. Our Nigerians, the Nigerian officials working at the Central Bank issued fake and irregular certificates of capital importation.
I was about coming to that, sir. What does that tell of the Nigerians who are colluding with this kind of people to carry out this kind of acts against our own country? What does that tell of the
Yes, there are certain countries, when you commit a crime that calls into question your patriotism, or where you give loyalty to another country, it calls for stricter penalty if you are found guilty and you're being sentenced. There is no way, it's inexcusable for Nigerians to collude with a foreign country. Mind you, when you say depletion of external reserve, capital importation, this is money sent outside. There's allegation, and I'm getting the documents, that the funds involved here sent abroad was what was used to set up MTN Ghana. You understand? And the documents speak of money sent to Cayman Island, Mauritius. The 90-page document details how these funds were moved out of Nigeria. So the CBN governor and the previous ones, these bankers that engaged in that perpetrated this fraud, really need to be brought to book. There is no excuse.
What was the reaction of the House of Representative Committee hearing these figures?
I recall the deputy chairman of the committee is from Kaduna, I think. Yeah, Kaduna. I can't quite remember his name. He almost came to tears because it was from him that I heard that $25.6 billion is 80% of our budget.
True.
Because he immediately granted interview, I think, with Voice of America Hausa, and he really lamented, and he was quite emotional about this. And I need Nigerians to come to grips with this and pull together. We cannot allow these leakages in all sectors. I mean, we're talking the telco again. Not giving us what is due us. There are just so many. And Nigerians in the diaspora, I'm pleading to them to use their expertise, to use any platform to call on the Nigerian government, the international community, to do something about this, because we just cannot live like this. It is impossible. So thank you very much.